In the famous play Othello, written by William Shakespeare in 1603, the young and innocent Desdemona is killed by her husband Othello for wrongfully being accused of cheating. But what some people forget about this play is at the beginning of it, Othello was also accused of cheating. Why wasn't he killed for these accusations? According to Merriam-Webster Dictionary, honor is defined as respect that is given to someone who is admired, good reputation, good quality or character as judged by other people, or high moral standards of behavior. Hi, my name is Michaela French, and I'm here to present you with a question. Is honor and the loss of it different for men and women?
The interesting thing about this play is that in the beginning, Othello is actually accused of cheating. Iago accuses him of sleeping with his wife. And the reason he was doing that is so he would have a reason to attack Othello. And it's not a major part of the play because it really wouldn't have affected Othello's honor. Whereas with his wife Desdemona, it had a real big impact upon her. And the reason is because honor is viewed different for men and women.
I definitely think that there's a difference between honor for women and honor for men. For men, it's all about how much power he has or what title he has. Like in the workforce, all he wants is the better position or the better pay. For men, the more power they have, the more honorable they are.
One of the things connected with honor is power. They kind of go hand in hand. If you look at the story of Othello, one of the things you'll see is that he received all his honor because he rose from nothing to be one of the most powerful men in the military. And what that does is gives us an example as to how honor and power are viewed for men and women.
For women, their honor is connected to their virginity. And once you lose that virginity, people in the society start to deem you as a whore, and you lose a lot of honor. And compared to men, who could be sexual beings, they could have sex with multiple women and not lose much honor at all. This connects to Othello because Desdemona, she's remained loyal to Othello, but she was thought to be a whore, thus losing her honor. And Othello believed the rumors of her being a whore and murdered her.
In Othello, there's a scene between Cassio and Iago, where Othello has just fired Cassio. Cassio says, "Reputation, reputation, reputation. Oh, my reputation. I've lost my immortal part, and what remains bestial. Oh, Iago, my reputation." Cassio believes that without his reputation, he is nothing. Without his honor, he is nothing.
The reason we have these different ideas of what honor is for both men and women is because of the different roles that we play in society. It's always been that the woman is expected to stay home, nurture the kids, nurture her husband, take care of the household, and be loyal to her husband. While at the same time, the man is expected to go out, be the breadwinner, and just make money for the family.
Another interesting thing about the play Othello is how each one of the main characters was attacked. Desdemona was attacked through her personhood. It was an accusation of cheating. And so they went after her honor. And what they were trying to say is that her honor was tied to her chastity. And so by making that accusation, they attacked her at her personhood. But when you look at Othello, the attack against him went against his title. Because if you listen to his ending speech, what is he talking about? Remember me for my power. Remember me as a military man. Remember me for my position. So one person is dealing with their personhood and their honor, whereas another individual viewed their life through their position and their power. So just another indication of how the differences for men and women exist when it comes to honor and power. For a man, honor and power is demonstrated by strength and by titles. As for a woman, honor is tied to, okay, she should be in the home, she should be chaste, she should be docile and humble. And if she takes good care of her children, then she's considered honored. The problem with that is whenever a woman tries to step out of that role, she's treated with dishonor. Whereas a man, it's really hard for him to lose his honor because everybody likes a comeback story. So he's in power, he does something to mess up, but everybody's rooting that he gets back into a power. But once a woman steps outside of her role, her honor role, it's near impossible for her to step back into it. We all know the story of the Scarlet Letter, but you don't have a corresponding story like that for men because it was totally different. So when it comes to honor and power, there's a difference between men and women.
When a woman loses her honor, she is wearing a scarlet letter for the rest of her life. At that next high school reunion, it will be, remember, Jane, who did this, it carries her for the rest of her life.
One last thing in talking about honor and power and the differences between men and women. We have a modern day case study that we all can take a look at. We are in the midst of a presidential election, which will take place next November. And the way things look right now, the Democratic Party is going to have a female nominee. And the Republican Party more than likely will have a male nominee. And even now, as you look closely at the campaign, the men and women are being treated differently. Even within the Republican Party, there's one female candidate, and she is viewed different than the rest of the men. Whereas Hillary Clinton, who's going to be the Democratic candidate, more than likely, is viewed different. She gets questions about what she's wearing and how she looks and her weight and her age, which is never the case with the other men that are running in the race. The reason being is because honor and power are viewed differently when it comes to men and women. So I challenge everybody, pay close attention to this upcoming election, and you can see a modern day playing out of honor and power when it comes to the sexes.
You probably think that these definitions of honor are outdated since Othello took place in the Elizabethan period and we're now in the 21st century. But I believe that these definitions of honor are still very relevant in our culture today. I believe that in our society, it's okay for men to have a lot of sex, but it's not okay for women. To prove my point, I interviewed some students at my school and asked them, do they think that men and women are treated differently when it comes to being sexually active?
Can you state your name, age, and grade?
Kyle Broyles, 17, junior.
Okay. And do you think men and women are treated differently when it comes to being sexually active?
Yes.
Why do you think that?
Because if one man has sex with a lot of girls, then, he's all like, yeah, you a player. But if a girl has sex with a lot of guys, oh, you're bad, you're a whore.
Why do you think society, makes these rules? It's bad for girls to have a lot of sex, but not guys?
Because there's a lot of guys, and they want to think that they're better than that, but they're not.
Can you state your name, age, and grade?
I'm Ian Leamy, I'm 18, and I'm a senior.
Do you think men and women are treated differently when it comes to being sexually active?
Yes.
Why?
Why? I don't really know, because women are just treated differently, and they are seen as inferior, and they are seen as they're supposed to be prim and proper and supposed to do all these things, and it's just not a realistic expectation, and people make a huge deal out of sex for no reason, even though it is a completely natural human thing. It's really stupid, but yes, they are treated differently.
Okay. Can you tell me your name, age, and grade, please?
My name is Karen Colorado. I'm 16 and I'm in the 11th grade.
Okay. Do you think men and women are treated differently when it comes to being sexually active?
Yep.
Why?
Because women are expected to do more and women are expected to kind of just take it and accept it.
Can you tell me your name, age, and grade, please?
My name is Jordan Heller. I'm 16 and I'm in the 11th grade.
All right. And do you think men and women are treated differently when it comes to being sexually active?
Yes.
Why?
Because I feel like men are expected to not cherish sex as much as women are.
Why do you think sex is more important for women instead of men?
Because I feel like women were expected to be pure, and whenever they had sex for the first time, it was supposed to be giving away their pureness to their husband.
Can you state your name, age, and grade, please?
Annabelle Klein, senior and 17.
Do you think men and women are treated differently when it comes to being sexually active?
Yes.
Why?
I think it's more of a taboo when it comes to women. Cause like whenever I was worked, whenever like you always heard the guys talking about like what they did over the weekend and like how it affected them. But then there were rumors that started up about me and my boyfriend, and like it was more aimed at me and how much of like a bad thing it was that I was sexually active. So.
Okay. Thank you.